It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Russian River Brewing Company, and it's a bottle of their Pliny the Younger IPA, coming in at 10.25% ABV in a 500ml bottle. There's the label, there's the bottle cap. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass then. So beer pouring out. I'd say a light golden amber colour. There's a little bit of haze going on. Slow moving carbonation with a 2-finger white head. Some of you might have noticed, see that clock there? Yes, that does say 10:38 in the morning. It does. It does. I don't always drink in the morning, but 10 o'clock in the morning, 40 minutes ago, the door knocks, it's the postman. I get a package from Kenny Robertson. I want to say a huge thank you to Kenny Robertson from North California, where he waited in a line. Now usually for this beer, the lines are 8 to 9 hours long for this beer. I find that marvellously incredible. I just find it bonkers. He went one day, I didn't say what day, I got the letter here, let me show you the letter. Pause the video if you want to have a little read. I'll put it up to the camera better later. He went one day, there was only an hour's queue, a 1 hour queue, so he waited in line. He was lucky to get some for himself, and he was so kind to get a bottle for me and send it. Now the beer was brewed on, it says here in the letter, it was bottled only 6 days ago on the 14th of February. That's when he got it. It's the 28th today. So it was bottled 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks today this beer was bottled. So we got a super fresh glass of Russian River Pliny the Elder. Let's get the aroma. Thank you again, Kenny. We've reviewed Pliny. It's around here somewhere. Pliny the Elder, I mean. This is Pliny the Younger. Pliny the Elder we have reviewed, and we thought it was a terrific beer. But this is just, it's just super fresh. It's just the most kind of, the freshest Russian River beer that I've ever had, being just 2 weeks old. And there's lots of mango, and there's lots of grapefruit, and there's lots of punch bowl fruits, and there's lots of kind of tangerine and nectarine and orange kind of flavour coming through. Dare I say it, my kind of fleshy blood orange is there in the aroma as well. Spicy. It's like pepperiness coming through. And a sense of that malt which indicates a little bit of sweetness. Here goes nothing. Cheers everybody. Thank you one more time to Kenny. Wow, there's so much going on. So much going on. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What a terrific beer. Blimey. Bitterness. There. Now it's going back up there. Now it's going down to there. Now it's going up a bit and down. The bitterness is just rolling on the back of my throat. It's right at the back. There's a lot of it on the tongue. I'm not going to show you my tongue. There's a lot of that flavour on the tongue. But it's like down the middle, right down from my tongue all the way down the back of my throat. It's just this kind of roaring bitterness. But it's not just about the bitterness. It's not just about the bitterness. There is so much flavour going on in this beer that we just have to sip it now and just dissect it apart and pull as much as we possibly can from the beer. Whew. Let's give it a roll. Let's give it my usual roll round in the glass. Look at that. Fabulous looking stuff. So the first thing you get on the beer is just this massive, and then it comes again. Just this massive smack of flavour. It's like boom, fleshy blood orange. Great. It's like you've cut a grapefruit in half, cut a fleshy blood orange in half, and you've just smashed them together, and then you put some sugar on each one, and then you just smashed them into your face, and it's like you're getting all of this tropical citrusy zestiness coming through of grapefruit and fleshy blood orange and spiciness and pepperiness from the hops on the back end. There's an underlying sweetness. Do you know, some of you who watch my beer reviews and I talk about sometimes how unfortunate it is that I get an American IPA or a double IPA on the channel, and because of the way it's just taken a long time to get here. This took, by the time it was bottled, it's been here within 2 weeks, so it's super fresh. But you know, sometimes I talk about maybe this double IPA slowly turned into a barley wine because of the hops have dropped out and there's this kind of big level of sweetness. Well, the reason why I'm mentioning that is that you still get that. It's a very American way of brewing beer, but there's a big underlying kind of sweetness. There's just, say, all of that kind of craziness. Let's talk about the sea. Let's talk about the ocean, the sea. So there's a violent storm on the top of the sea, and that represents all of the craziness that's going on with the hops and the spiciness and the grapefruit and the mango and the passion fruit and the tropical fruit. All that craziness is up here. But underneath, there's this great big kind of shark of an animal just minding his own business. Nothing's affecting him from what's going on up there, but it's an underlying level of sweetness that if you were to let this beer, not that you ever would, but if you were to let this beer go for say 6 months to 8 months, it would become much more sweeter, and you get that. And I think the reason why the Americans brew this way is because they add so many hops. They need that level of sweetness just to give a bit of balance, just to give that kind of little bit of balance, a little bit of order, if you like, just to stop the... I have a parcel come in. Just to stop that kind of crescendo of bitterness taking over. So tropical. I want to say at this point a couple of things. I am pumped for this beer review. Naturally, I am pumped for this beer review, and I think that's a natural thing. Kenny's gone out of his way. He's waited in the queue for this beer. It's super fresh. He sent it. Everybody in the world who knows beer wants to try something like this type of beer. It's made its way over here to Barry, South Wales, this little corner of this little Gavin and Stacey land that we live in Wales, which is like next to impossible. It's next to impossible that you open your door and somebody gives you a package that contains a bottle of Pliny the Younger. It's just unheard of. So naturally I am pumped for the beer. Naturally I'm very excited, but But, and I assure you, I'm being totally honest with this. I'm genuinely excited about this liquid in this glass. It really is that good. I told myself before the review started that I was going to contain myself. I was going to be honest, because nobody likes somebody on the internet who's completely kind of out of control, saying this is the best beer he's ever tried, the best beer, you know, because it's a rare beer. I promise you, what you just seen was just my natural reaction to this beer. I promised to contain myself, I couldn't. And that just proves to you guys that this beer is just absolutely superb and out of this world. And I wanted to mention, I forgot earlier, it was 10:38 I opened the beer. I don't normally open beer in the morning. I've finally come around to finishing this story. But again, the magnitude to open your door. People wait 9 hours. 9 hours for this beer in California. I live the other side of the world, basically, in this small town of Barry where not much is going on. So to open my own old wooden door, to be presented with a box that contained a bottle of Pliny the Younger, it's one of those days in your life where I'll probably never forget it. I'll never forget it. So the reason, that's the reason why I'm opening a 10% beer at 10:30 in the morning, is because of just the rarity of this, the magnitude of this, and I wanted to give it my full attention. And my wife's in work, my kids are in school, nothing's distracting me apart from that damn Alexa over there. I've muted it, muted my Google Home over there, and yet it's still telling me there's a parcel on the way. If I did it my way, I'd unplug the damn thing and throw her in the skip. Before, I tell you what we'll do, because you are here for the beer review, I want to read Kenny's letter. I've washed the beer around in the bottom of the bottle to see if it's unfiltered. We got a one finger whitehead. I tell you what's changed in the beer. Now I've got the rest of the beer in the glass. It seems to have a more of like a cloudier, tighter head going on. Yeah, slow moving carbonation, hazy, wonderful stuff. Should we read Kenny's letter? Hey Simon, I did not really plan for this, but I ended up going to Russian River Brewing in Santa Rosa, California for the last day of the Pliny the Younger release. The last day! Can you imagine if there was none there? We wouldn't be standing here today. It makes it even more of an absolute bonkers chance that I've been able to get hold of this beer, because he could have gone there and it wasn't there. It was sold out. Back to the story. They've never before bottled Pliny the Younger, so I thought it would be cool to send you one. On the first day of the release, the lines were 8 to 9 hours long on average. But today I waited less than an hour for my chance to get them. Whether or not it lives up to the hype, I think you'll have fun drinking it on your channel. Absolutely. As of this writing, it was bottled only 6 days ago on February the 14th. Hopefully in the future we can get a pint together. The channel's doing quite well. The channel, honestly, and I've never wanted to be secretive to anybody out there, but of course, the way we release beers on the channel, I have targets. I set myself targets. I generally hit the targets I set myself. I have a target soon, I reckon within the next 2 years, of coming to California. I just want to come to California. I want to see it for myself. I've loved beer for over 10 years. I've loved American craft beer. I've been to Germany and Belgium and all these wonderful countries, Norway and Sweden, all over the place, Denmark, to drink good beer. But America has always evaded me, and it upsets me. It upsets me that America's always evaded me, because I love burgers and I love hot dogs and I love beer, and really I'm a person who was born in Barry, who was very much influenced by the American way, and I love it. And I want to go, I want to visit, I want to drink the beer as fresh as possible. I want to eat your burgers, I want to eat your big breakfast where you have waffles on the top, and I want to experience it all. I've never been. I'm gonna be 41 years old soon, and I've just spent my time womanizing and having wives and children, and they're all about to grow up now in the next few years. And when that happens, I'm gonna properly live my life. I'll probably end up moving to America. Anyway, yeah, so if you want to meet up for a pint, I'd love to do that, Kenny. That would be amazing. But until then, enjoy this bottle. Your friend from North Carolina, my friend, you are my best friend from North Carolina, my only friend from North Carolina, Kenny Robertson. Cheers, Stone the Crows. Cheers, Kenny. So this is again, I didn't even know that. This is the first time that this beer has ever been bottled. So he sent me a thingy, which I will keep. We'll keep that in there. I don't normally keep memorabilia. I don't normally keep any of this stuff, but Pliny the Younger. Some of you who've watched this long into my beer reviews know that this cupboard here is filled with stickers. I'm not sure if you can see any of the stickers there along the top. Coasters and stickers and stuff. So, sure, I'll tell you what I'll do first. I'll rate the beer. You know what's coming. But I'll rate the beer, then we'll find a place in the cupboard for the sticker. It even says February 2020, look, on the bottom of the sticker here, which is just bonkers. We're still in February, albeit the last 2 days. 10 out of 10. So 10 out of 10 beer from Real Ale Craft Beer. Thank you all so very much for watching. Let's get the sticker in the cupboard. Let's find a place first. It's all full up. Can you see? We're all full up. I have found a place. I found a place for this sticker to go. It's going to go on the side wall. Can you imagine one day when somebody buys this house off me and they open the cupboard, oh my god, and then all the bottle caps fall down, because I throw see these printed bottle caps, I throw them on the top of the units like this. Oh. Like this. Like that. So there's about 2,000 bottle caps up there. Can you imagine the person who buys this house off me? Pliny the Younger. There we go. Next to Dogfish Head, next to Evans Ales in America, the Owl Brewery in the Netherlands, the one with the little owl on it. Dogfish Head, yeah, Brooklyn, and Nine Fingers Brew in Australia. Okay, so we've rated, we've stuck the sticker in the cupboard. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Hit the notification bell for future videos to be notified of these videos. Please subscribe, it really helps the channel grow. Comment, like, boom, cheers. Just a very quick one for Kenny. Here's your bottle, and I rolled up your note and I put a message in the bottle. So one day, hopefully somebody gets to read this. I'm going to move my Williams Brothers Rubus Grapefruit IPA. Oh, there's the sticker, the Pliny the Younger, and we're going to proudly... Oh, it doesn't fit. Man. Okay. Let's move that one down. The ultimate punch. And then we'll move that one up there next to the gears. Oh, there we go. There we go. Pliny the Younger. This, yeah, so here's my, while I'm here, a lot of these companies, that was bought out. Devil's Backbone, that was an independent company, and I put that sticker in the window, on the door. So here's all my kind of stickers, all the Fuller's Brewers Reserve series, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Pinter, which we brewed with, Tall Boys Beer Market, I think that's in Leeds. I think Rob Derbyshire gave me that, a hop scene. Yeah, all my stickers here, some Pint Please. Pint Please are not going anymore, unfortunately. We got some Siren, some Blood. See, a lot of this hard knot, triple knot from Adnams. I've forgotten about some of these things because I've drunk so much beer. Berlinerberg, Temple Brewing, BB Bath, I remember them guys. Magic Hat, all these wonderful kind of different breweries up there. Old Slugger. A lot of these were sent by Chad of Chad's Beer Reviews. Kind of, why is that in there? Sliced beetroot. What is that doing in my beer cupboard? Fuller's, Switchback, Brooklyn, Dogfish. There we are. Can we see it? There's the Pliny over there. And there we go.